Okay, so today we're going to be doing some energy healing. It is very similar to Reiki, where we're just finding balls of energy and we're releasing them. But we're going to be identifying them. So we're going to be using the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind knows everything about you, everything you've done, seen, said, tasted, and it knows what you're holding on to that's contributing to physical, emotional, or mental symptoms. So let's just talk about these balls of energy. As we experience life, we create emotions. Here is your emotion. We're using the D20s. You have an emotion. Now, these emotions want to be freed. They no longer want to be, they want to be freed into the wild. They don't want to be kept at home. They're like teenagers. They're like, I want to be free. I want to be living on my own. But because we don't know what to do with this, we don't know how to feel our emotions, whether we were never taught, we experience like trauma where we're just like, our body just went into shock and we felt a bunch of emotions and we really couldn't process them at that moment. Wrong place, wrong time. Maybe we thought we would be weak. The list goes on and on. So whatever reason, instead of letting this emotion free, we held on to it. And so the subconscious mind's like, well, what the heck am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? And so this actually gives the subconscious mind information. Not only are we feeling the emotion still, so let's say anger, this is a go-to for a lot of people, a go-to for mine. So your body will still be feeling this anger. Still feeling it. It is tied to the memory of when you created it. And if you're lucky, your subconscious mind will use this to be like, does this give me more information? Does it tell me information about myself, other people, or the world around me? If it does, it puts it in a bin. It puts it in a bin. And we're going to label this, I'm not good enough. So it puts it in a bin. And so, cool. It's in your body. You have a limiting belief about yourself, others, or the world around you. You experience another emotion. Boop. You create another emotion. You don't know how to process this. It's okay. So you hold on to it. And the subconscious mind's like, what the heck am I supposed to do with this? Okay. What information does it tell me? Okay, so this one's sadness. Okay. And we're going to file it with that memory. So we're going to keep the memory. But does it teach me anything about myself, other people, or the world around me? It says I'm not good enough. Well, I know where this goes. I already have a bin for that. So you keep experiencing life. You keep getting triggered. Keep just being a human. You don't know how to feel your emotions. And so over time, every time you feel something, you don't know what to do with it, your subconscious mind will keep adding it to a bin. Now, you can have multiple bins. You can have a bin with just one limiting belief in it, or just a bin that has the emotion and the memory, and that's it. You have multiple. Sometimes they're linked to one another, but we're going to only focus on the one. So when you have a cluster, when you have a bin filled with different emotions, experiences, memories, limiting beliefs, it can create a tree. Hello, thank you, Jim. It can create a tree. And this is where we're talking with the belief code. So you can work on yourself and you can actually take this, release it, but you still have a bin. You still have a bin filled with different beliefs. And if you don't work on the fuel source of this tree, if you have another experience and it's similar to this tree and you hold on to it, that's why nervous system regulation is very important, feeling your emotions. And there's different techniques to do that. EFT is one of my favorite. Screaming into the pillow is also a go-to if you need to. But if you hold on to it again, and if it resembles, if it's close to I'm not good enough or is similar to it, it's just going to keep adding to it. That's all it's going to do. Hey, Kevin, what's up? So in regards to the code, so this pretty much explains the belief code. We identify your tree. There are different layers of the mind. There's the conscious mind, which is the branches. There is the trunk of the tree, which is your subconscious mind, and then the roots, which is your unconscious mind. So what the belief code does is that we can't go full-blown unconscious mind. We just can't do that. We got to sweet talk it. Be like, hey, What's up, unconscious mind? What's up? How you doing? We have to sweet talk our way. We have to gather all the information. Once we gather all the information from each level, then we find the root source, the root cause, the original belief that blossomed this tree. Now, you can also be lucky, which most of us are. The first 7 years of our lives, we are absorbing everything. The subconscious mind has no ability to reason. It like sees something as truth, sees something, witnesses. I always do sees and witness at the same time. I don't know why. You see and witness something. Someone says something to you, or you have an experience, it sees it as truth. This is how life works. So you're absorbing. And the thing is that these things can be so innocent. And if you have siblings, a lot of them have come from your siblings. So it can be innocent, but your subconscious mind doesn't understand reasoning. So if you see your family fighting about money, as a kid, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want this money thing. Money must be bad. You create a belief that money is bad and you put it in a bin. You put it in the back of your head. So as you become an adult, you're like, why am I so bad with money? It's because of this. But as adults, if we see people fighting about money, we could be like, oh yeah, like the economy, shrinkflation. We can think of reasons why people are arguing about money. We don't believe that money is bad. And so forth. So once you absorb that, you actually have individual bins of these things that your subconscious mind has created about you, about other people in the world around you. And so that's how usually these trees start, is the first 7 years of your life. You can create trees at any age, but a lot of times it's the first 7 years of your life. So that's the belief code. So the emotion code is, again, everything starts with emotions. They are very powerful. Like I said, they hold on to a lot of stuff. They hold on to the emotion, the memory, as well as they create a belief. So the emotion code is that we're identifying the emotions, the little balls of energy. There are different types of emotions you can have in your body. You can have common, which is you created it, and it's okay, we all do it. Inherited, baggage from your family. Preconception, which is past lives. Shared, two people created the same emotion. You and another person or group of people created an emotion, it fused together, and they became besties for life. You know how they have the necklaces with two hearts? That's what that is. And then absorb. So you were just around someone experiencing an intense emotion and you absorbed it. So those are my empaths over there. So that's the emotion code. So we identify the ball of energy and we identify around what age you created it, and then we release it. Now, the body code has everything. It has the emotion code and it also has the belief code in it. So the body code, everything about you, mind, body, soul, and then some. There are 6 different categories. So we focus on the emotional wellness. So what's going on in here? Do you have any entities? Do you have post-hypnotic suggestion? Do you have those idea allergies that we all know, love, and crave? And then we have circular systems. So anything with your physical body, anything with your energetic body. Toxins. So stress is a toxin, maybe even a sound, a toxic sound. Nails on a chalkboard, that's toxic. We don't like that. And then pathogens, energetic or physical. Misalignment. So this is anything that's a little off. You know, it just needs a little love, just needs a little boost. And then nutrition and lifestyle. So this can be, you can have a color imbalance. And maybe even this is something that you need. Your subconscious mind's like, listen, you don't need to release anything. You need to add this food into your life. And then we have to respect it. So, that's really all we're going to be doing today. If you are observing, if you're hanging out with me today, hello, what's up? You can get in on this healing too. I do not put limits on this energy. It's limitless. So if I'm working on someone and I'm connected to someone and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like she's talking to me, then that's something that resonates with you. When I start releasing, you intend it gets released from you as well. All you have to do is be like, yeah, I want to release that, or I intend it gets released. You don't have to be fancy. It's all about intention. The subconscious mind doesn't speak in doesn't speak in language. It does speak energy. So if you have the energy behind it, even if you say release in your mind, that means get rid of that. I don't want it. Take it away. So crown chakra. So how this works, you're going to be my guinea pig. Roddawg. You're going to be my guinea pig. So what I'm going to do is first, I intend for the session today, for everybody's sessions, that everything gets released of their highest good. Anything that's going to help them out the most. And I'm going to bring in our team. I call them my gang. So angels, spirit guides, and so forth. Whoever your gang is as well. Everybody's joining in the party to help. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the intention to move my subconscious mind aside. Welcome, Roddawg, over here. And we're connected. I won't be able to read your mind. I have too much going on in here. I don't need a roommate. So this is the muscle testing I'm going to be doing. When I say yes, the muscle is strong. When I say no, the muscle goes weak. So you can see me a little bit. You're not feeling well? I'm sorry, not feeling well. I'm from the great state of Ohio in the United States. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a conversation with the subconscious mind. I'm going to be asking questions and answering them. I want you part of the conversation, know what I'm talking about. So, do you have any blocks or imbalances preventing your crown chakra from being balanced? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. So we got the green light. The subconscious mind was like, yes, you got something going on. And we also got the green light that we can work on it. So I'm going to be looking down at my chart here. So we have energy, allergy or intolerance, an idea allergy. So an idea allergy is created by your good old subconscious mind to protect you. So you had an emotional experience and it was like, is there any information I can gather from this? So instead of creating a limiting belief, it created a defense mechanism. So if you would think of maybe a first heartbreak, the one that like really hurts, your subconscious mind's like, whoa, 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 I never want to feel that again. And it takes a snapshot of the situation and maybe even rewinds a little bit and pays attention to what led up to that event. So you heal from it and you move on to your next relationship. But things are starting to look a little familiar. Your subconscious mind's like, hold on. And it starts putting the alarm systems, turns the alarm systems on. And so your fight, flight, or freeze response kicks in. Self-sabotage, anger, overwhelm, anxiety, and so forth. Maybe throw pocket sand in the mix. But that is your mind and body's way of trying to get you out of that situation. Because it's like, look, dude, we got hurt when you were about to experience this thing. So we're going to get you out of there. It's very similar to a fear and a phobia. So if you're afraid of public speaking, you're about to speak to the world. How do you feel? You don't feel good. You don't feel good. So there is a chart here. There's a list of things that you can possibly have. Now, your subconscious speaks in energy. It does not speak a language. So it's going to pick the closest one to it. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome, you too. So let's find out what this is. Needing someone. Don't want them, don't need them, not even going to acknowledge them. So you consciously may want someone in your life, need someone, ask for support, but unconsciously, no. So that's why it's like when you go to ask for help, you kind of get that like sick feeling in your body. You're like, no, I can't do it. So you may want someone, you may ask for help you want that consciously, but unconsciously you don't want it. So that's when your fight, flight, or freeze response kicks in. But it can also be, you're like, no, I'll figure it out on my own. I don't need your help. I can figure it out on my own because you got hurt in the past. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy, allergy or intolerance, idea allergy, another idea allergy. Being invisible. Thank you for the rose. Being invisible. You're not acknowledged. People don't see you. People don't talk to you. They don't listen and so forth. So this has a lot of layers to it. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Mental. You barely talk to anyone. Okay. No will to. You are not co-signing for this. No. A no will to energy is created during a time of sadness, hopelessness, and feeling overwhelmed. And you thought something with so much intensity that your mind's like, oh, he wants that. Yoink. And it became part of your personality. Happy Thursday. So we're going to find out what it is. Now, these are very sassy. They're worst case scenario. So if there are any of the sassy ones, we'll de-escalate it a little bit. Trust others. You have no will to trust others. It makes sense. It's all coming together. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Misalignment. Chakra. I wonder what it could be. The crown chakra. Crown chakra is a little unhappy. Connection between, it's about your spirituality, so your connection to whatever you believe in. So it could be God, your higher self, the universe, the moon, ancestors, and so forth. So do you need to know more? No. You signed up again. Marlene, how are you, girl? Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Post-traumatic in a physical emotional shock. Physical emotional shock is you witnessed something or someone said something to you and it was so shocking that it felt like someone punched you in the gut, an uppercut to the gut. It just hurt. If you think of like when a celebrity who passes away at a very young age, it's just like, oh my gosh, that's so weird. But let's go ahead and find out around what age this occurred. So did this happen before 20? Yes. Before 10? No. After 10? Yes. After 15? Yes. 15, 16, 17. So around 17 years old, you experienced some physical emotional shock. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? No. Okay. These are very powerful. These are very powerful. Okay? So, if anybody resonated with any of these, go ahead and set the intention. It gets released from you as well, and you can get in on this second-hand healing. Let's begin. I set the intention to release the physical emotional shock, reset and balance the crown chakra, release the no will to trust others, release the idea allergy to being invisible. Release the idea allergy to needing someone. Whew. Did you release these blocks and imbalances? Yes. Do you have any blocks or imbalances preventing your crown chakra from being balanced? No. And we're disconnected. I hope you guys are nice and stretched. Nice and stretched and nice and warm because we're going to be chopping some trees down. There will be no tree left here. Thank you for the bear. Okay. MacroMystic. Moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming you over here. Locked on and connected, and I have little goosebumps, butterflies in my tummy. Okay. So, do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to I am not smart enough? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. So what kind of tree are we working with? Ooh, it is just a basic tree. Basic. So this has all the layers, branches, trunk, roots, and soil. Lord, that took me a minute. Okay, so the branches are your conscious mind. These may manifest as behaviors or statements, thoughts you may have had in your mind. As we get deeper into your unconscious mind, you may not resonate with these statements. Again, your mind, your subconscious speaks in energy, not in statements. Sometimes we have to see the whole picture, and sometimes these statements are going to, I can't think of a better word, but trigger something in you where you're like, oh, actually, I see it in this way, and that's right for you. So don't get married to the statement I give you. Just be like, okay, how can I see this in a different way? How does that feel instead of the actual statement? Yes, chop that tree. How did you learn how to do this? You can get the book the emotion code and the body code. And then I got certified going to discoverhealing.com. Okay, so negative programs, the the conscious mind. Lord have mercy. I warned you. Okay, so what are the negative programs? So these are the branches of the tree. So survival, we're in the roots. Control. Whoop. I have to eat everything on my plate. So this is one of the ones that may seem a little goofy. You're like, how does that resonate with being smart enough? And you're like, I don't know. How does it resonate? So, how does that feel? You have to eat everything on your plate. So you're a child sitting at the table and you're not hungry anymore and you don't like the food. But you cannot leave unless you eat the food, the broccoli, the green beans. And so you have to do it. So you can think of, you have to do work, whether you like it or not, you have to force yourself to do the work. You have to do, sorry, someone's trying to join this party. You have to do the work. You have to do something you don't want to do to please others. You hate the peas, onions, bleh. I couldn't get dessert unless exactly. So you have to do all the grunt work instead and work really hard before you can get rewarded. You see how we take a statement that makes no sense and we're like, how does this make me feel? Okay, how can we interpret this? How do we switch it? We had trauma with this. Yes. In my house, it was, you had to hurry up and eat or you wouldn't eat at all. So that's why I'm very food aggressive. That's why I don't share my food. I paid someone else to eat them when no one was looking. Oh my gosh, that's innovative. So, do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Insight, third eye, education, and no liquids because you get full. Exactly. 7. Without a good education, I am of no worth. Okay. Without a good education, I am of no worth. Do you need to know more? No. Hey, Katie. Is there another negative program? Yes. Insight, third eye, education, I hate uneducated people. You put food behind the couch? You know what? Athena, I'm not even surprised. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Insight, we're still on the third eye. Not even surprised. Education. Seven, I can't learn. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So a limiting belief. We have now been granted access to the subconscious mind. We have made it to the trunk of the tree. There can be a couple of statements here too. Since we're getting deeper into the mind, you may not resonate with them. That's okay. We have to see the whole tree sometimes. So show me the negative programs. Show me the limiting beliefs. Y'all. Okay. So that ruined my life. That ruined my life. One event, many events. This is unique to you. Do you do Reiki? Yes, I do. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. So that was in the root chakra, and we're still in the root chakra. And we're back to victim. The last one was victim as well. 6. They don't believe me. They don't. They don't believe me. This is better on my neck. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Insight, we're back to the third eye. Boundaries. These are juicy. I have no boundaries. No boundaries. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? No. So we have collected everything from the trunk. We have been granted access to the roots. There's usually one statement. This is the original statement that birthed this tree. I feel like we're on a game show. That's what's your childhood trauma? Yes, this is very accurate. Okay, yeah, it does feel like we're on a game show. Again, I like to make this as fun as possible. I'm not excited for your trauma, but because this is coming up, this is going to change your life, and I get really excited over it. So yeah, so please don't get offended. This is just who I am. So a faulty core belief is considered your roots. So do you have a faulty core belief? Yes. Excited to release, and I'm really excited to chop some trees down. I look forward to this every week. Victim. Spaghetti, how you doing? So back to victim. It's always my fault when anything goes wrong. Ooh, that's a juicy one. It's always my fault when anything goes wrong. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Hey, lady. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. You absorbed this the first 7 years of your life. So your subconscious mind already had this belief based on you soaking up something about yourself, other people, or the world around you. Muscle testing. All right. So show me the faulty core identity, root, control. I have no control. No control. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. We have gathered everything from your tree. So it all started with I have no control. So you had a I have no control, ball of energy, limiting belief already with it, already in your bin. And then you had an experience, an emotional experience, and your subconscious mind thought that it's always my fault when anything goes wrong, was very close to I have no control. And so every time you had an experience, it was adding and adding and adding. So I have no control. I have to eat everything on my plate without a good education. I'm of no worth. I hate uneducated people. I can't learn. That ruined my life. They didn't believe me. I have no boundaries. It's always my fault when anything goes wrong. So we have identified the tree. We have to identify the fuel source, or this is going to come back and we don't want it to come back. So during this time, once we identify the block, the trapped emotion, or the belief, or any identify whatever's fueling it, I'm going to release it right away. So at this point, if anybody resonates with anything, set the intention it gets released from you as well. I'm not going to stop. Okay, let's do this. So do you have any trapped emotions associated with this belief tree? Yes. Effort unreceived. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of effort unreceived. Did you release a trapped emotion of effort unreceived? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Rejection. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release a trapped emotion of rejection. Did you release a trapped emotion of rejection? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Jealousy. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of jealousy. Did you release a trapped emotion of jealousy? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. So now I'm going to go to the body code and see if there's any imbalances. Are there any imbalances associated with this tree? Yes. pathogen, energy of a pathogen, energetic virus. Is this yours? Yes. Okay. Sometimes it can be inherited since it's energetic, but you just have the life force of this virus still within you. This can be from any time of your life. Your physical body took care of it. Thank you, lady. But the life force is still there. It's still holding on. It's like, no, I don't want to leave. Regardless, if this is physical or energetic, here are some of the symptoms you can have. Fever, fatigue, rash, muscle aches, digestive upsets. So, do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the energetic virus pathogen. That was a good one. Did you release the energetic virus pathogen? Yes. Is there another imbalance? No. You know what time it is. It is time to chop that tree. So, everyone get your axes out, your machetes, your bare hands, whatever it is. We're going to chop this tree together. So let's begin. Hello, welcome. So I set the intention to release the negative programs. I have to eat everything on my plate. Without a good education, I am of no worth. I hate educated people. I can't learn. Release the limiting beliefs that ruin my life. They don't believe me. I have no boundaries. Release the faulty core belief. It's always my fault when anything goes wrong. Release the faulty core identity. I have no control. Did you release this tree? Yes. All right, timber. So we release the tree, we release the soil, but now there's a hole there. We have to fill it, or your subconscious mind is going to be like, what was here? I don't understand. Where did it go? And you're going to feel really weird. We don't want that. So, Trekker Chris, how are you? So we're going to see what the subconscious wants us to do with the subconscious gap. So do we need positive statements? No. Can we defrag? Yes. So we're just going to cover it up. I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. Did you release the subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. Do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to feeling like you are not smart? No. And we're disconnected. Athena, Athena, Athena. And we are moving the subconscious mind aside, welcoming Athena over here. We're locked on and connected. Is there a faulty core belief system in regards to feeling, in regards to worthlessness? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. All right. What kind of tree we got? It is a basic tree. Basic. So now we're going to focus on the negative programs. That these are the branches of the tree. This is the conscious mind. They may manifest as thoughts or behaviors, and that's okay if you don't resonate with them. The subconscious speaks in energy, not in statements. It's supposed to bring something up within you and be like, oh, I actually see it in this way. And sometimes we have to see the whole tree. So first up, negative programs. Let's begin. Passion, sacral chakra. Choices, choices, choices. I'll never be able to choose again. I'll never be able to choose again. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Root chakra, survival. Victim. I am always wrong. Do you need to know more? No. What you can do, friend, is if you resonate with anything that I'm uncovering, just set the intention it gets released from you as well. So this can be for you. All right. So I am always wrong. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Survival. Victim. I will answer your question in just a minute. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I am only heard when I am angry. Oh! If I can get up and run around my house, that's what I would be doing that right now. Screaming like, ah! That's it. I know Athena, so I can. All right. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. This is the only way. What do you mean? How is that a bad thing? Can you keep that there? Can you get rid of everything else except that? Survival, safety as a teacher, I can resonate. Yeah. Oh, you guys, yes. That makes sense for both of you. I don't feel safe expressing myself. Athena, you got the cheeks on fire here. I am sweating. All right. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. Yeah, I didn't want to out you and be like, oh yeah, Athena's a teacher too. I was like, I don't know if that's like secret information, so that's why I stopped. 2 teachers in the house. All right, limiting beliefs. Space, the final frontier. This is the official space camp shirt. I got this at space camp. You're good. Sometimes I'm like, ugh. All right, so thank you, Scout. And hello, welcome. So, limiting beliefs, we're at the trunk. We're now in the subconscious mind. Hello, Athena subconscious. How you doing? So, survival, sabotage. 7. I'm not good enough. Not good enough. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Hello. Welcome. Survival. Worth. I'm not good enough. So, what's interesting, okay, so this one came from worth, and I think the other one came from safety. So the other one was I'm not good enough, and this one is I am not good enough. But since it's coming from 2 different categories, they mean they're different. They're different, this is wild. This is great. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Survival. Worth. This picture ain't complete. What do you mean? Someone's calling me. It's right there. It's okay. It's all right. You good? I'm not enough. Do you need to know more? No. I lost my breath there for my. It's all right. It's okay. He's there. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? No. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes. We're at the roots. The root. What started it all? Survival. Victim. I'll always be vulnerable. Always be vulnerable. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. The soil. You absorb this bad boy the first 7 years of your life. Most of the time, it's the first 7 years of your life. You had no ability to reason. Your subconscious mind just was like, oh, you said that to me as a joke? That's true. Oh, I witnessed something? That's true. So let's find out what it is. Love, heart chakra, self. I am unable to take care of myself. To take care of myself. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. So we have identified the tree. The tree has been identified. So it all started with, I'm unable to take care of myself. And then, which then created, your subconscious mind added, I'll always be vulnerable. And then I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I don't feel safe expressing myself. I am only heard when I'm angry. I'm always wrong. I'll never be able to choose again. That's a juicy tree. So let's find the fuel source so we can rip this out of your mind. Chop that tree. All right. So do you have any trapped emotions associated with this belief tree? Yes. It's like, how am I supposed to answer? Grief. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of grief. Did you release a trapped emotion of grief? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Rejection. Do you need to know more? No, you told me. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of rejection. Did you release a trapped emotion of rejection? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Jealousy. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of jealousy. Did you release a trapped emotion of jealousy? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Anger. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of anger and any other trapped emotions of anger too. Let's go and just like release that real quick. Did you release a trapped emotion of anger? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Are there any imbalances? Yes. Energy. Allergy or intolerance. An idea allergy, so stranger danger. Your mind doesn't want you to be around it, thinking about it, smelling it. I don't know why that came out. It just doesn't want you to be near it. Very similar to a fear or a phobia. So if you are about to get into contact with this or are in contact with it, your fight, flight, or freeze response kicks in. Self-sabotage, anger, overwhelm, anxiousness. You may throw a flashbang and your own unique defense mechanisms. So we're going to find out what this is. Is this inherited? Yes, plot twist. Inherited being / feeling ugly. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the inherited idea allergy to being / feeling ugly. And since these are inherited, they're in there. The roots are deep. So did you release the inherited idea allergy to being and feeling ugly? Yes. Is there another imbalance? No. Chop that tree. Let's go. So I set the intention to release the negative programs. I'll never be able to choose again. I am always wrong. I'm only heard when I am angry. I don't feel safe expressing myself. Release the limiting beliefs. I'm not good enough. I am not good enough. I'm not enough. Release the faulty core belief. I'll always be vulnerable. Release the faulty core identity. I am unable to take care of myself. Woo! Did you release this belief tree? Yes, we have a hole there. We got to fill it. You're going to feel weird and then you're going to be mad at me. So do we fill it with positive statements? No. Can we defrag? Yes. So we're just going to act like it didn't even exist. I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. Did you release a subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. Do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to worthlessness? No. And we're disconnected. LA Wilde, let's do this. I'm moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming LA Wilde over here. We're locked on and connected. I'm so excited. If it helps, I was sweating too. It does. It does. Moon was your first word? Oh my gosh, that's so adorable. Moons. Okay, we're going to start with the emotion code first. And then we'll dive into the body code. All right. Let me get set up here. And as a reminder, if TikTok's not working for you, I'm on YouTube. If YouTube's not working for you, I'm on TikTok. And if both of them don't work for you, I got nothing for you. But this will be posted on Monday. What will be today's therapy? Emotion code, body code, and maybe in chopping some trees. That's a good therapy. Maybe going to the moon. All right. So do you have any trapped emotions associated with anxiety? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. Self-abuse. So self-abuse means a lot of different things. 9 times out of 10, it is negative self-talk. We are mean to ourselves. Say you're not, I'm going to call you a liar. Not physically taking care of ourselves, so not getting enough sleep, not enough water, drinking, and so forth, and then physically harming yourself. But let's find out. Let's find out when you created this. Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, yes. 15, 16, 17. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Self-abuse. I like Wilde. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, no. After 25, no. 20, 21, 22 years old. Ooh. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Rejection. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, no. After 25, no. 20, 21, 22 years old. Rejection around 22, 21, 22, or 23 years old. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Self-abuse. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, yes. 30, 31 years old. A semi-freshie. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Oh, anxiety. Well, would you look at that? Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, yes. 15, 16, 17. Anxiety for 17. Do you need to know, shocker? Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Could we? Unworthy. Could we be going to the moon today, ladies and gentlemen? All this moon talk, we might as well go there. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. I said it was unworthy. If I didn't say it, it was unworthy, the trapped emotion. After 20, yes. After 30, no. After 25, no. 20, 21, 22, 23 years old. Unworthy around 23. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yeah. Start packing your bags. Oh, stubbornness. Stubbornness. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, yes. 30, 31, 32 years old. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. All right. We're going to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Worthless. Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, no. 10, 11, 12 years old. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Well, we made it to the moon. Maybe someone will bring us back from the moon. So if you resonate with any of these trapped emotions, go ahead and set the intention it gets released from you as well, and you can get in on the secondhand healing. Let's begin. Good afternoon, Joshua. Let's begin. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of worthless. Release the trapped emotion of stubbornness. Release unworthy. Release anxiety. Release self-abuse. Release rejection. Release self-abuse. And release self-abuse. Did you release all these trapped emotions? Yes. Do you have any trapped emotions associated with anxiety? No. Okay. 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 Now let's get into the body code. So, do you have any blocks or imbalances contributing to chest tightness / shortness of breath from anxiety and stress? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. throat chakra. So energy, mental, and a will to. You're like, ooh, I'll take some of that will to energy. So this energy is created during a time of sadness, overwhelm, and you thought something was so much intensity that your subconscious mind grabbed it, ran away with it, and it became part of your personality. So we're going to find out what this is. A will to hate others, dislike others. It could be a certain group of people, one person, many people. It could be a couple of things. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Toxin, excess. Ooh, we're on the Chinese medicine of wind. You're too windy. You have too much wind energy. So there are different elements you can have too much of. So if you're in the environment too long, depending on what foods you eat, the emotions and so forth, it can create excess energy. So this is wind energy, and this one is like we mean business kind of energy because it's very sassy. So it usually happens from a liver imbalance. So your liver is unhappy, and it can affect the head, throat, eyes, upper body, lungs, and create shaking, spasms, or symptoms that change unpredictably. You can be physically sensitive to or emotionally agitated in wind in your environment, even if you're indoors. And that's all I got. That's all I got. So, do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Toxin, excess. Ooh, cold, too much cold energy. So you're either in the cold environment too long, or you're eating too much cold food. The symptoms of cold energy is very similar to if you have hypothermia. So shaking, hands and feet are cold. You just have like that cold internal chill. Connection is life. What's up? So from the environment, eating too much cold food, internally by a spleen, stomach, or kidney imbalance. It can affect the muscles, lungs, skin, headache, stiff neck, upper body pain, little to no sweating, and nasal mucus. Yeah. I'm always cold. Maybe dealing cold with oh yes, confirmed, true. I got goosebumps. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Toxin. Lord have mercy. Excess and stress. So stress. Just stress. Do you need to know more? No. That's your mother then. We'll get rid of it. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy, mental, and a will to. You're like, ooh, this looks good. I'll do this. Resist, a will to resist. Resist emotions, resist other people, resist yourself, resist your intuition, resist your gifts. I mean, it could be anything. One thing, many things, all things. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy, mental, and a no will to. So now you're like, I'm not going to look at this, acknowledge it. I'm not co-signing for this. No will to commit. Commit to yourself, commit to your passions, and so forth. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? No. All right. If anybody resonated with any of these blocks or imbalances, go ahead and set the intention it gets released from you as well. And you can get in on this second-hand healing. Let's begin. I set the intention to release the no will to commit. Release the will to resist. Release the stress hormone. Release the cold energy. Release the wind energy. Release the will to hate others. Did you release these blocks and imbalances? Yes. Do you have any blocks or imbalances contributing to the chest tightness / shortness of breath from anxiety and stress? No. And we're disconnected. How do you feel? Heather, 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 Heather. Moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming Heather over here, and we're locked on and connected. So do you have any blocks or imbalances in contributing, do you have any blocks or imbalances in regards to career and or mental health? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. All right, let's begin. Energy, allergy or intolerance, idea allergy. So an idea allergy is stranger danger. It is very similar to a fear or a phobia. So your mind does not want you to be near this idea, person, place, thing, environment, and so forth. If you are about to get into contact or you are in contact with this idea, your fight, flight, or freeze response kicks in, your own defense mechanisms, anger, self-sabotage, and so forth. This thing is dangerous. And it could be just like being seen, being visible, an emotion, and so forth. But there's a chart here, so we're going to pick the closest one. Your subconscious is going to pick the closest one. Using and discovering talents. So if you're using your talents, you freak out. If you're exploring your talents, you freak out. It could be a not wanting it, like being your authentic self. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Toxin, excess, stress hormone, same. Okay. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. And the stress hormone could be from any time of your life. So toxin, excess. Okay, you have too much heat energy. You can get this being exposed to too much heat. Eating hot, spicy foods, which I love hot, spicy foods. And then I think imbalance in the liver as well. So imbalance by the liver, stomach, heart, also created by intense emotions such as anger. So hot foods, alcohol, coffee, fried foods, and red meat. It can affect your skin, create itchiness and rashes, inflammation, fever, thirst, dehydration, constipation, and it can create feelings of restlessness, agitation, and even aggression. So it could produce wind energy if heat imbalances the liver. So far sounds like I'm right on that, right on target. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. So energy, mental, programming, and a despair anchor. So this is just a limiting belief. And you have this filter on this belief that we're going to find out. And actually, let's use the belief code and be specific. So we have this filter and you perceive the world through this limiting belief. It prevents you from being your authentic self, going into your passions. It really just holds you back, and it can change your perspective on yourself, other people, and the world around you. So let's find out what this is. So this is in survival, worth, I am flawed, So you have a belief of I am flawed. So you have that filter on. So you may create emotions that make you feel like you're flawed. Everything anybody says, you interpret it as they're saying that you're flawed or you're not good enough, and even the world around you, like society. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Post-traumatic. And a physical emotional shock. So something, you witnessed something, someone said something to you, and it felt like someone uppercutted you into the stomach. It was a gut punch, and it did not feel good. And so it was just so shocking. We're going to find out around what age to help jog your memory. So before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, yes. 15, 16, 17. So around 17, it could be 16, 17, or 18. Oh, thank you, Mariah. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Mental. And a will to. A will to energy is created during a short period of time where you are sad, feel overwhelmed, hopeless, and you thought something was so much intensity that your subconscious mind yanked it, grabbed it, and it became part of your personality. These are very sassy. Viewer discretion is advised. These can be sassy. High true self. No will to, or wait. A will to high true self. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. A will to high true self. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? No. All right, Heather. These are good. So if anybody resonated with any of the things that were uncovered, go ahead and set the intention it gets released from you as well, so you can get in on this second-hand healing. So let's begin. I set the intention to release the will to high true self. Release the physical emotional shock. Release the despair anchor. I am flawed. Release the heat energy. Release the stress hormone toxin. Release the idea allergy to using/discovering talents. Did you release these blocks and imbalances? Yes. Do you have any blocks or imbalances in regards to career and mental health? No. And we're disconnected. How do you feel? Marlene, moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming yours over here. We're locked on and connected. So, do you have a faulty core belief system that's preventing you from opening your third eye and connecting with your spirit guides, as well as anything trying to get into your dreams? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. So what is this tree? Okay, it is a basic tree. It is basic. Straight to the point. All right, so negative programs were in your conscious mind. So what are the negative programs? Insight, intuition, 6, I cannot hear what is right. I cannot hear what is right. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Power, solar plexus. Change. The same problem. I can't change my thinking. Change my thinking. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Survival, root chakra. Safety. I don't have the courage to take risks. I don't have the courage to take risks. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Back to survival. Sabotage. I am dead inside. Or numb. And it kind of reminds me like depression too. Depression, you just kind of feel numb. Or you don't have a purpose. It's like you have nothing that like lights your fire. No passion. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So we are at the trunk of the tree, your subconscious mind, insight. So now we're back at your third eye. Intuition. I can't sense the answer. I can't sense the answer. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Makes sense? Perfect. Insight, third eye. Intuition. I'm not intuitive. Boom. I am not intuitive. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? No. Let me just turn the page real quick. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes, we have made it to the roots. The unconscious mind. All right, so survival, victim, everything is ruined. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. So this is the soil. You absorb this the first 7 years of your life. Most of the time it's the first 7 years of your life because none of us have the ability to reason. And we're just like, yes, I'll take this. So what is the faulty core identity? Survival, worth, I don't have what it takes. Woo! I don't have what it takes. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. It's muscle testing. I'll get to you 1 second. So we identified the tree. It's a tree. Now we have to identify the fuel source or it's gonna come back and you're gonna be mad at me. And I don't want that. So we're gonna start with trapped emotions. These are yours and then we'll go into the body code. So do you have any trapped emotions associated with this tree? Yes. Sadness. Do you need to know more? No. I intend to release the trapped emotion of sadness. Did you release the, trapped emotion of sadness? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Confusion. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of confusion. Did you release the trapped emotion of confusion? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Overwhelmed. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of overwhelm. Did you release the trapped emotion of overwhelm? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Are there any imbalances? Yes. Energy. Allergy or intolerance. Idea allergy. So stranger danger. It is similar to a fear or a phobia. So you will have an emotional or physical response if you are near or about to come into contact with this idea, person, place, thing, situation, and as well as your defense mechanisms will come out, anger, self-sabotage, and so forth. There are statements here. There's a chart. Your subconscious is going to pick the closest one. Being disconnected. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the idea allergy to being disconnected. My ears keep popping. Did you release the idea allergy to being disconnected? Yes. Is there another imbalance? No. All right, y'all. You know what time it is. It's time to get your axes, get your machetes, your chainsaw, maybe even your bare hands. It is time to chop that tree. So let's begin. I set the intention to release the negative programs. I cannot hear what is right. I can't change my thinking. I don't have the courage to take risks. I am dead inside. Release the limiting beliefs. I can't sense the answer. I am not intuitive. Release the faulty core belief. Everything is ruined. Release the faulty core identity. I don't have what it takes. Woo! Did you release this tree? Yes. Do you have, okay, we have a subconscious gap. So do we replace the subconscious gap with positive statements? No. Can we defrag? Yes. So we're going to cover it up. I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. Did you release the subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. Do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to that's preventing your third eye from opening, connecting to spirit guides, and allowing someone to come into your dreams? No. And we're disconnected. How do you feel, Marlene? Moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming yours over here, and we're locked on and connected. So do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to self-hate, inner demons that's causing the self-hate, inability to access and understand emotions? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. All right, what kind of tree? It is a basic tree. So what are the negative programs? We're going to be focusing on the conscious mind. They may manifest as thoughts or behaviors. So what are the negative programs? Survival, safety, I can't protect myself. I can't protect myself. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Survival, control. So we're in the root chakra. We've been in the root chakra. Anger gives me power. Anger gives me power. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Divine. So we're in the crown chakra. Success. I can't succeed. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Love. Others. So heart chakra. I need to get approval and attention from others. I need to get approval and attention from others. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So now we were just in the conscious mind. We have been granted access. We completed the level, and we are now in the subconscious mind, the trunk of the tree. So what are the limiting beliefs? Divine, faith, and we're in the crown chakra. I can't have faith in God. I can't have faith in God. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Divine, crown chakra, forgiveness, I need to punish them. To punish them. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Insight. So now we're at the third eye. Intuition. I can't feel what I need to know. I can't feel what I need to know. Do you need to know more? No. Thank you for the cheer you up. Is there another limiting belief? No. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes. So now we have made it to the roots of the tree. We are now in the unconscious mind. There's usually one statement that kind of started it all. So what is the faulty core belief? Survival. Victim. And we're in the root chakra. 7. I'm not enough. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. So this is considered the soil. So this is usually given, hey, Amy. So this is usually absorbed the first 7 years of our lives because we have no ability to reason. We see something, someone says something to us, or we have an experience, and that is truth. That is how the world works. So what is this? Survival, safety, it's not safe to feel. It's not safe to feel. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. So now we have identified the tree, and everything started with it's not safe to feel. First 7 years of your life. It could have been something innocent if you have siblings. Maybe they made fun of you if you felt an emotion. Who knows what it could be? Something innocent or something more serious. And then you had another experience where your subconscious mind was like, this actually resonates with the it's not safe to feel, which is I'm not good enough. And so then every time you had an emotional experience and you held on to the emotion, your subconscious mind added it to this tree. So let's go ahead and identify the fuel source so we can get rid of it and chop it down. All right. So are there trapped emotions? So these are your trapped emotions. Hey, Christy, are there trapped emotions associated with this belief tree? Yes. Anxiety. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of anxiety. Did you release a trapped emotion of anxiety? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Sorrow. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of sorrow. Woof. Did you release a trapped emotion of sorrow? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Shame. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of shame. Did you release a trapped emotion of shame? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Self-abuse. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of self-abuse. Did you release the trapped emotion of self-abuse? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. So are there any imbalances? Yes. Energy. Offensive. You have an entity. All right. So symptoms of having an entity, and this could be the spooks. This can just be negative energy. It could be energy that you created yourself, or you were walking to Walmart and you just ran into some negative energy. So symptoms of having an entity include fatigue, physical discomfort, negativity and mood issues, addiction, feeling like something is there that doesn't belong, feeling stuck, feeling conflict or resistance coming from the outside, self-sabotage, anger at self, self-doubt, mental illness symptoms, and nightmares. That is a list. So do you need to know more? No. Let's evict it. So I set the intention to release this entity with love, and I ask God to send it to the light. Did you release this entity? Yes. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Allergy or intolerance? idea allergy. So this is stranger danger. Your subconscious mind created this to protect you. So it's very similar to a fear or a phobia. If you come into contact with this, or you're about to get into contact with this, it's like, the alarms go off, the fight, flight, or freeze response kicks in, anger, self-sabotage, pocket sand, you may throw that, and so forth. So let's find out what this is. Pain or discomfort. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the idea allergy to pain or discomfort. Did you release the idea allergy of pain or discomfort? Yes. Is there another imbalance? No. Hello, Strider. So we released the fuel source. Now it is time to chop that tree. So get your machetes ready, your axes, your chainsaws, or get your bare hands ready. Let's begin. I set the intention to release the negative program. I can't protect myself. Anger gives me power. Thank you. I can't succeed. I need to get approval and attention from others. Release the limiting belief. I can't have faith in God. I need to punish them. I can't feel what I need. I can't feel what I need to know. Release the faulty core belief. I'm not enough. Release the faulty core identity. It's not safe to feel. Whew! Did you release this tree? Yes, thank you. All right, so now we have a subconscious gap. We have to fill it or you're going to feel weird. So we either do positive statements or defrag. So do we need to replace it with positive statements? No. Can we defrag? Yes. So I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. Did you release the subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. Do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to self-hate, inner demon feeling, contributing to the self-hate, inability to access and understand emotions? No. Whoo! And we're disconnected. All right, Sam, I am moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming yours over here, and we're locked on and connected. So do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to fear associated with being touched, from strangers, family members, and you going into fight or flight? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. Okay. So what kind of tree? So it is a basic tree. All right. So let's find out what the negative programs are. Survival, root chakra. Worth. I'm not enough. So I'm not enough. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Survival. Sabotage. I am guilty. And that can feel like, that can be more of like the emotion of shame. Like I can see like if you are guilty of, like how do you feel? Like very shameful. That's kind of what I feel like. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Insight. So we're at the third eye. Body. I'm always going to be weak. I'm always going to be weak. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Survival. Victim. I am easily triggered. I am easily triggered. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So now we're in the subconscious mind, the trunk of the tree. Survival. Worth. I am not enough. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Survival. Safety. I can never be sure that I am safe. I can never be sure that I am safe. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Insight. Pain. So third eye. My body is racked with pain. And that can be emotional too. Do you need to know more? No. Oh no. Okay, Sam, I am. Breathe through it, cry it out. These are very juicy. So, do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? No. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes. So we have made it to the unconscious mind. This is the roots of the tree, what's kind of started it all. So let's see what this is. Survival. Safety. People are dangerous. People are dangerous. Okay. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. All right. So this is the soil. You absorb this first 7 years of your life. You can't absorb it after that, but 9 times out of 10, it's the first 7 years of your life. So let's find out what this is. Survival. Safety. Come on, phone. I'm afraid of being hurt. Of being hurt. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. So we identified the tree. A very heavy tree that I'm going to enjoy chopping down. But it all started with I'm afraid of being hurt, which created people are dangerous. And then you created other beliefs. I can never be sure that I am safe. I am easily triggered. I'm not enough. So let's identify the fuel source so we can chop it down. We're going to start with trapped emotions, and these are yours. So are there any trapped emotions associated with this belief tree? Yes. Insecurity. Do you need to know more? No. Where am I magnet? Oh, I just grabbed the D20s. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of insecurity. Did you release trapped emotion of insecurity? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Humiliation. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of humiliation. Did you release the trapped emotion of humiliation? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Overwhelmed. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of overwhelm. Did you release a trapped emotion of overwhelm? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Is there an imbalance? Yes. Energy. Allergy or intolerance. Idea allergy. So this is stranger danger, similar to a fear or a phobia. Needing someone. So do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the idea allergy to needing someone. Did you release the idea allergy to needing someone? Yes. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Offensive. A post-hypnotic suggestion. This isn't your own creation. You absorb this. So it's from an outside source. Another person, movies, music, TV. When you're in that like twilight state or you're hearing it over and over and over again. So I'll never be wanted. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the post-hypnotic suggestion. I'll never be wanted. Did you release the post-hypnotic suggestion? I'll never be wanted. Yes. Is there another imbalance? No. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. I think we're all going to enjoy chopping this tree down. So let's go ahead and begin and chop this tree. So I set the intention to release the negative programs. I'm not enough. I am guilty. I'm always going to be weak. I'm easily triggered. Release the limiting beliefs. I am not enough. I can never be sure that I am safe. My body is racked with pain. Release the faulty core belief. People are dangerous. Release the faulty core identity. I am afraid of being hurt. Did you release this tree? Yes. So we have a subconscious gap. We got to fill it. So do we need positive statements? No. Can we defrag? Yes. Hello, Andrew. Welcome. I set the intention, and thank you. I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. Did you release the subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. So do you have a faulty core belief system associated with, let me rewind. Do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to fear associated with being touched, strangers touching you, and even family members where you go into fight or flight? No. And we're disconnected. All right, Jessica, let's go ahead and release these trapped emotions. So moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming yours over here, and we're locked on and connected. So we're doing highest priority, and I love highest priority. Highest priority is where we let the subconscious mind, your higher self, the universe, God, whoever you want to say, we give them the control. They know it. I'll just say they know everything about you, everything you've done, seen, said, tasted, and they know what is causing the most havoc. What are things that you pretend like aren't there or aren't bothering you? You brushed under the rug, but they're really bothering you. So we are just lifting up the rug and bringing it forward and looking at it. So these can be sassy and juicy, but they're not always sassy and juicy. I just want to let you know, viewer discretion is advised, okay? Okay. So with that being said, do you have any trapped emotions of the highest priority you can release right now? Yes. Ooh, this is a shared one. All right. So we got some shared. And a shared trapped emotion is you, another person, or a group of people felt an emotion, the same emotion, and they just fused together. They're like, you know what? I like you and you like me. Let's be besties forever. So it's like this energy is clumped. Shared. Now, if they have it, it will get released from them as well. So let's find out what this emotion is. Grief. All right, let's find out around what age. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 25, yes. 25, 26. So around 26 years old, 25, 26, or 27 years old, you experience grief. You and another person experience grief. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Knights of the Cornbread community. So, do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. All right, this one's yours. Rejection. Rejection. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 25, no. 20, 21, 22 years old. Rejection around 22. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Self-abuse. Self-abuse, negative self-talk. It is 9 times out of 10, it is negative self-talk. But it could be physically not taking care of yourself, not drinking enough water, not getting enough sleep, or physically harming yourself. So do you need to, let's find the age. Did this happen before 20? Yes. Before 10? No. After 10? Yes. After 15? Yes. 15, 16, 17. Self-abuse around 17 years old. Tough time in everybody's life. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Yours again. A little bit of anxiety. Just a little bit of anxiety. Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, no. 10, 11, 12 years old. Anxiety around 12 years old. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Jessica, are you ready to go to the moon? So we have stubbornness. Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, yes. 15, 16, 17, stubbornness around 17. We can all resonate with this one. Yeah, they are a little bit. Boopy, I agree with you. So, do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. All right, y'all, pack your bags. We are going to the moon. So, terror. Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, no. 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, terror. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? No. I thought we were going to keep going. All right. So if anybody resonates with any of these trapped emotions, go ahead and set the intention it gets released from you as well. And you can get in on this second-hand healing. If you're not sure how to intend, just be like, okay, yeah, I intend that releases from me. That's all you have to do. Simple, simple. All right, let's begin, Jessica. Fudan. All right, I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of terror. Release stubbornness. Release anxiety, release self-abuse, release rejection, release the shared trapped emotion of grief. Did you release these trapped emotions? Yes. Do you have any trapped emotions of the highest priority you can release right now? No, and we're disconnected. Okay, so moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming Jess over here, and we're locked on and connected. So, do you have any blocks or imbalances contributing to anything physical? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. So we have energy, allergy or intolerance, idea allergy. So this is a fear or phobia. Whenever you come into contact with this, or you are in contact with this, your fight, flight, or freeze response kicks in, anger, self-sabotage, and so forth. So let's find out what this is. Loneliness. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy, allergy or intolerance, idea allergy, being disconnected. So being disconnected from others, the world, disconnected from emotions, feeling numb, and so forth. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy, offensive, accord. So you have a cord between you and another person. So this could be someone currently in your life or in not in your life anymore. So when you have a cord between you and another person, you're kind of stealing energy from one another, and no matter what you do, this energy, this energy, no matter what you do, this relationship will always be rocky. It's like no matter what you do, you always fight, you always make get into arguments. The same thing as fighting. So let's go ahead and find out where this is. So this is in the neck. Male or female? So this is a female. Do we need to know more? Yes. Do we need to know the age? So let's find out the age. So when did you get this? Before 20? No. After 20? Yes. After 30? No. After 25? Yes. 25, 26, 27. So you got this around 27 years old. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Post-traumatic. And a physical trauma. So anything that... trauma. So this can be some sort of accident, stubbing your toe, running into something, a fall, a serious illness or surgery. It can even be emotional pain as well. We always get into situations where the pain just hurts and it physically hurts us. So when did this happen? Before 20? Yes. Before 10? No. After 10? Yes. After 15? Yes. 15, 16, 17, 18. So around 18 years old this happened. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Circuit or system? Organ? And your heart is unhappy. So this doesn't mean it's failing or anything like that. All it means is that there's some sort of energy making it unhappy. Maybe you have a heart wall. Maybe your heart chakra is a little unhappy. So here are some symptoms of an unhappy heart. So low energy, palpitations, discomfort in the chest and shoulders, depression, anxiety. And it also generates the following emotions. So abandonment, betrayal, forlorn, lost, love unreceived, effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity, overjoy, and vulnerability. So you could have been feeling these emotions more, creating these emotions, because your heart creates this emotion. And so you may be feeling betrayal or love unreceived or heartache or insecurity so much that your heart was working on overtime. It was like, listen, I can't keep making these emotions. I need a break. So it can also be you feeling all those emotions. It made it unhappy, or it was already unhappy and it was manifesting those symptoms to get your attention. Thank you for the shares. Thank you, Ryland. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Post-traumatic. And another physical trauma. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, yes. After 40, no. After 35, no. 30, 31, 32 years old, another physical trauma. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? No. All right. So if anybody resonated with any of these blocks or imbalances, go ahead and set the intention it gets released from you as well. And you can get in on this second-hand healing. All right, you guys. I set the intention to release the physical trauma, reset and balance the heart, release the physical trauma, release the cord from the neck with love, dissolve it with love, release the idea allergy to being disconnected, release the idea allergy to loneliness. Did you release these blocks and imbalances? Yes. So do you have any blocks or imbalances contributing to anything physical? No. All right. Oh, Dan. All right. So how do you feel? Jess, now we're going to do mental for the belief code. All right. So do you have a faulty core belief system? A faulty core belief system in regards to mental health? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. Tingling in the head? Ooh. So what kind of tree is this? This is a basic tree. All right, so negative programs. This is the conscious mind. We have to identify all the layers of the tree of the mind. We're going to start with the conscious mind. This may manifest as behaviors or thoughts. All right, so what are the negative programs? Survival, control, I can't accept this circumstance. I can't accept this circumstance. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Lisa, this is belief code, emotion code, body code, and belief code. Feel free to sit back, relax, and get in on the secondhand healing. Success. So crown chakra, success. I can't succeed. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Insight, third eye, defect, sun. Y'all want to see the sunset in Ohio? Just look into my eyes right now. Okay, so I'm a bad friend. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. All right. Love, now we're in the heart chakra. Yes. Hello, David. Feelings. Even 1, 3, 5, 7. I don't feel wanted. Feel wanted. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So now we have moved on to the trunk of the tree, the subconscious mind. Survival. Sabotage. I am guilty. And this can also be when you feel guilty, how does that feel? You feel shame. So it can be that. Did you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Survival. Control. I can't accept any other way. I can't accept any other way. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? No. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes. All right. So now we have made it to the roots. This is the unconscious mind. This is what started it all. So what is the faulty core belief? Survival. Worth. I am not enough. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. All right. So this is the soil. You absorb this the first 7 years of your life. So what is the faulty core identity victim? So still in the root chakra. I am only heard when I am angry. Oh, I am only heard when I am angry. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. All right. So we have identified the tree. So now we have to find the fuel source before we could chop it down, or it's going to come back and then you're going to be mad at me. All right. So we're going to start with trapped emotions. These are your trapped emotions. So are there any trapped emotions associated with this belief system? Yes. Nervousness. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of nervousness. Did you release the trapped emotion of nervousness? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Shame. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of shame. Did you release the trapped emotion of shame? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Abandonment. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of abandonment. And if anybody resonates with these, go ahead and set those intentions. Did you release a trapped emotion of abandonment? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Are there any imbalances? Yes. Energy, post-traumatic, any physical trauma. Do you need to know more? No. I intend to release the physical trauma. Did you release a physical trauma? Yes. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Circular system, gland, brain gland, and your hypothalamus. Do you need to know more? No. Sorry, magnets, dropped them. Hello, welcome. I set the intention to reset and balance the hypothalamus. Did you reset and balance the hypothalamus? Yes. Is there another imbalance? No. We got rid of the fuel source, so now it is time to chop that tree. So let's go ahead and begin. Get rid of it. So I set the intention to release the negative programs. I can't accept this circumstance. I can't succeed. I'm a bad friend. I don't feel wanted. Release the limiting beliefs. I am guilty. I can't accept any other way. Release the faulty core belief. I am not enough. Release the faulty core identity. I am only heard when I am angry. Ooh. Did you release this tree? Yes. So now we have a subconscious gap. We got to fill it or you're going to feel weird. So do we fill it with positive statements? No. Can we defrag? Yes. So we're just covering it up. I set the intention to release a subconscious gap and defrag. Thank you. Did you release a subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. So do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to your mental health? No. And we're disconnected. How do you feel? So we're going to release some trapped emotions and then we're going to chop a tree. So let's begin. Moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming yours over here, and we're locked on and connected. So what are we doing for the emotion code? Highest priority. Ooh, I love me some highest priority. So do you have any trapped emotions of the highest priority you can release right now? Yes, this is yours. Rejection. No one else but yourself to blame. So before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, no. After 25, no. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 years old, rejection. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Yours again. Just a little bit of anxiety. Just a little bit of anxiety. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, yes. After 40, yes. 40, 41. Okay. Almost a freshie. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Anxiety again. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, yes. After 40, no. After 35, no. 30, 31, 32. So anxiety around 32. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Yours? Fear. Fear, fear, fear. Before 20, yes. Before 10, yes. Before birth, no. After birth, yes. After 5, yes. 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, fear. You're a little baby. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes, and it is yours. Sadness. Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, yes. 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, sadness. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Woo! I was just like in the zone. I got that Sarah energy. Like, all right. So if anybody resonated with any of these trapped emotions, go ahead and set the intention it gets released from you as well, so you can get in on that secondhand healing. Let's begin. I set the intention to release the trapped emotions of sadness, release the fear, release anxiety, and release rejection. Did you release these trapped emotions? Yes. Do you have any trapped emotions of the highest priority you can release right now? No. All right, Sarah. Halfway, how do you feel? Ooh, Sarah. So believe. All right, let's go ahead and chop a tree. So do you have a faulty core belief in regards to being invisible? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. What kind of tree do we got? All right, it is a basic. So as all the layers, we're starting with the negative programs, which is your conscious mind, the branches of the tree. So what are the negative programs? Survival, codependency, I spent all my life giving, but I never get anything in return. All right, so I spend all my life giving, but I never get anything in return. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Love, heart chakra, feelings, I feel, okay, so I have to go to the emotion chart, emotion code chart. I feel grief. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Insight, third eye. Boundaries. If I set boundaries, I'll offend others. If I set boundaries, I'll offend others. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So now we moved on to the subconscious mind, the trunk of the tree. So show me the limiting beliefs. We have survival, safety, it's not safe to be happy and have fun. It is not safe to be happy and have fun. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Survival, root chakra. Safety. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Divine. Purpose. I'm afraid to fulfill my life purpose. I am afraid to fulfill my life purpose. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? No. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes. We have made it to the roots, the unconscious mind. Hey, Sarah's unconscious. How you doing? All right. So, sabotage. I am hopeless. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. So faulty core identity is the soil. You absorb this the first 7 years of your life. And this is survival. Victim. So we're still in the root chakra. They used me. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. So we identified a very juicy and heavy tree. We are going to quickly identify the fuel source so we can chop it down, burn it, and send it to the universe. So we're going to identify the trapped emotions. These are yours. And then we're going to go to the body code. So are there any trapped emotions associated with this belief tree? Yes. Humiliation. Do you need to know more? No. I intend to release the trapped emotion of humiliation. Did you release a trapped emotion of humiliation? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Abandonment. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of abandonment. Did you release a trapped emotion of abandonment? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Grief. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of grief. Did you release a trapped emotion of grief? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Is there an imbalance? No. Okay, so there were only trapped emotions. So it is now time to chop that tree. So everybody get ready. We're going to do this together. Get your axes, bare hands, chainsaw, whatever you would like. All is welcome. So let's go ahead and chop this tree. I set the intention to release the negative programs. I spend all of my life giving, but I never get anything in return. I feel grief. If I set boundaries, I'll offend others. Release the limiting beliefs. It's not safe to be happy and have fun. I don't know what to expect. I am afraid to fulfill my life purpose. Release a faulty core belief. I am hopeless. Release the faulty core identity. They used me. Oof. Did you release this belief tree? Yes. So now we have a subconscious gap. We got to fill it up. So do we fill it up with positive statements? No. Do we defrag? Yes. So we're just going to cover it up. So I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. Did you release a subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. Do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to being invisible? No. And we're disconnected. Sarah, how do you feel? Okay. All right. Rose, Rose, Rose. Moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming Rose over here. And we're locked on and connected. So emotion code, love. Do you have any trapped emotions associated with love? Yes. So can you release this now? Yes. So yours. So we have heartache. Did this, you pick for body code? Oh, then we'll do highest priority for body code. All right. So heartache. Did this happen before 20? No. After 20? Yes. After 30? No. After 25? No. 20, 21, 22 years old. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Self-abuse. Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, yes. 15, 16, 17. So around 17 years old, self-abuse. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Effort unreceived. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, yes. After 40, no. After 35, no. 30, 31, 32 years old. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Stubbornness. Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, yes. 15, 16, 17. So stubbornness around 17. We can all resonate with that one. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Yours. Anger. Okay. Before 20, no. After 20, yes. After 30, yes. After 40, no. After 35, no. 30, 31 years old. Anger. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another trapped emotion? No. All right. So if anybody resonates with any of these trapped emotions, go ahead and set the intention it gets released from you as well, so you can get in on the secondhand healing. Let's begin. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of anger, release stubbornness, release effort unreceived, release self-abuse, and release heartache. Did you release these trapped emotions? Yes. Do you have any trapped emotions? Do you have any trapped emotions in regards to love? No. So let's see. Okay. I can only like see a little bit, and I miss some stuff. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm just like, what? All right, body code, highest priority. Let's begin. So do you have any blocks or imbalances of the highest priority you can release right now? Yes. Energy, allergy or intolerance, idea allergy, stranger danger energy, get me out of here, don't want it, don't need it, fight, flight, or freeze response kicks in. And this will be, so you do not like being valued or important. So you may consciously want this, but let's say, you know, someone gives you a compliment and you're just like, ooh, no. Oh, no, I don't know. So that can be a form of like pushing it away. Be like, no, you're wrong. It makes you uncomfortable. As an example, do you need to know more? No. Is there, oh, Titanic jokes. Thank you. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy, allergy or intolerance, idea allergy. So another stranger danger, loneliness, Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Emotional. Heart wall. Common heart wall trapped emotion. So a heart wall trapped emotion is created by the subconscious mind. You got hurt in the past and it really hurt, and your subconscious mind is like, whoa, 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 whoa. I never want you to experience that again. So it takes the emotions already in your body and it creates a beautiful wall around your heart. So you can't feel that intense emotion. You start to feel emotionally numb. But with that, you also don't feel the positive emotions. So let's find out what this is. Effort unreceived. Before 20, yes. Before 10, no. After 10, yes. After 15, yes. 15, 16, 17. So around 17 years old. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Energy. Offensive. And a post-hypnotic suggestion. This is something that isn't your own creation. You got it from an outside source. So either hearing it over and over and over again from another person, movies, music, TV. Think of it like back in the day when there were infomercials and a lot of us fell asleep on the couch. They were repeated like every 5 minutes. So you could have got it from that. So let's find out what it is. I can't live with myself. So this can be like, oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed with myself right now. I can't believe I did this. A lot of negative self-talk. Now, if you do not believe this to be true, good. Your subconscious mind was doing inventory management. I was like, wait a second. I have no emotion or memory tied to this. So it rejects it, but it's still taking up space in your energy system. And if you do believe it to be true, that's okay. Start saying your goodbyes because we're going to be releasing it anyways. So do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? Yes. Hello, welcome. Energy. Mental. And a will to. So you're willing to do something. This is created during a time of sadness, hopelessness, being overwhelmed with life or physical pain, and you thought something was so much intensity that you got your mind's attention. It was like, oh, I'll take this from you. This is what you want. And it became part of your personality. So let's find out what it is. A will to sabotage self. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another imbalance? No. Woo! Thank you. And just as a reminder, anybody who is inappropriate, I will block and report you. Okay? So let's not be weird. YouTube's weird. Hey, Chad, what's up? All right. So if anybody resonates with any of these blocks or imbalances, go ahead and set the intention it gets released from you as well. And you can get in on this second-hand healing. Let's begin. I set the intention to release the will to sabotage self. Release the post-hypnotic suggestion, I can't live with myself. Release the heart wall trapped emotion of effort unreceived. Release the idea allergy to loneliness. Release the idea allergy to being valued and important. Did you release these blocks and imbalances? Yes. Do you have any blocks or imbalances of the highest priority that you can release right now? No. All right. So now we're moving on to the belief code. All right, and we're going to be doing not... Okay, so do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to low self-esteem and not feeling good enough? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. So what kind of tree? And it is a basic tree. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about previous people. Or are you talking about something else? What I'm doing right now. This is, what do you mean by that? Okay, so we have a basic tree. Okay, so negative program. We're gonna find the statements that are in your conscious mind. They may manifest as behaviors or thoughts in your head. So these are the branches. So what are the negative programs? survival, codependency, I keep losing myself in relationships. I keep losing myself in relationships. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Survival, codependency, I feel used. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Survival, safety, I'm afraid of making mistakes. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. You passed out. So passion, choices. I don't know how to choose. How to choose. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So we're at the trunk, the subconscious mind. Divine. So crown chakra. Success. My life is a failure. Is a failure. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Divine, crown chakra, forgiveness, I'm doomed. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. All right. Love, heart chakra, self, I can't be loved just the way I am. I can't be loved just the way I am. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? No. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes. So we have made it to the unconscious mind. We're at the root of the tree. Survival. Sabotage. Life can't be easy. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. So this is the soil. You absorb this the first 7 years of your life. You're like, this is how life works. This is how I should be treated. This is how I should see the world. Victim. I am always wrong. I am always wrong. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. So we have identified all parts of the tree. Now we have to find the fuel source, or it will come back and you'll be mad. All right. So what are the trapped emotions associated with this belief tree? Anxiety. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of anxiety. Did you release the trapped emotion of anxiety? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Rejection. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of rejection. Did you release the trapped emotion of rejection? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Self-abuse. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of self-abuse. Did you release a trapped emotion of self-abuse? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Stubbornness. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of stubbornness. Did you release the trapped emotion of stubbornness? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Is there another imbalance? No. Okay. We identified the fuel source. Thank you, Kimmy. So now it is time to chop this tree, and so we never have to see it again. So everyone, let's begin. I intend to release the negative programs. I keep losing myself in relationships. I feel used. I'm afraid of making mistakes. I don't know how to choose. Release the limiting beliefs. My life is a failure. I'm doomed. I can't be loved just the way I am. Release the faulty core belief. Life can't be easy. Release the faulty core identity. I am always wrong. Did you release this belief tree? Yes. So now we have a subconscious gap. Let's find out how we fill it. So do we fill the subconscious gap with positive statements? No. Defrag? Yes. So I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. Did you release the subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. So do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to low self-esteem and not being good enough? No. And we're disconnected. So how do you feel, Rose? That was a lot. Woo! All right, TheLakeInMay. Let's go ahead and get started. Moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming yours over here, and we're locked on and connected. Let's do this. Do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to I'll never be successful? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. What kind of tree? It is a basic tree. Has all the layers. So what are the negative programs? This is your conscious mind. We got to work our way to the unconscious mind. We can't go full-blown unconscious. We got to start conscious. So let's begin. Survival. So we're in the root chakra. Worth. Everybody else is better than me. Everybody else is better than me. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Survival. Control. I can't accept any other way. I can't accept any other way. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Passion. Scarcity. I'm unworthy of having blank. I am unworthy of having blank. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So now we have arrived to the subconscious mind, the trunk of the tree. So let's begin. Divine, crown chakra, success, I'll never be successful. Be successful. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Power, solar plexus, strength, I feel powerless. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Survival. Victim. I am always wrong. I am always wrong. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? No. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes. So now we are at the root. We are at the unconscious mind. Survival. So this is the original statement. Worth. I'm not important enough to have my needs met. I am not important enough to have my needs met. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. So this is the soil. So your subconscious mind absorbed this the first 7 years of your life. And it doesn't mean it was like an intense emotion, like a bad experience. It's just like if you had siblings and they were making fun of you, even though they were playing and like just teasing you, you're like, this is my reality. This is true. Victim. I have to suffer. That is a juicy one. So, do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. So, what a tree. So, this all started with I have to suffer, and then I am not important enough to have my needs met. It all is coming together. Yeah, it doesn't know it's a joke. At least it has no ability to reason until we're 7 or 8. So let's find the fuel source. So do you have any trapped emotions associated with this belief tree? Yes. Self-abuse. Do you need to know more? No. I intend to release the trapped emotion of self-abuse. Did you release the trapped emotion of self-abuse? Yes. They still do, right? So is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Fear. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of fear. Did you release the trapped emotion of fear? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Grief. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of grief. Did you release the trapped emotion of grief? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Grief. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of grief. Ooh, that one was a good one. Did you release the trapped emotion of grief? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Is there another imbalance? No. Okay. So we have identified the tree. We have killed the fuel source. Now it is time to chop the tree. So let's begin. Start saying your goodbye. Start chopping it. Everyone else, get in there. Let's do this together. So I set the intention to release the negative programs. Everybody else is better than me. I can't accept any other way. I am unworthy of having blank. Release the limiting beliefs. I'll never be successful. I feel powerless. I am always wrong. Release the faulty core belief. I am not important enough to have my needs met. Release the faulty core identity. I have to suffer. Did you release this belief tree? Yes. Hey, how are you? Now you have a subconscious gap. So do we fill the subconscious gap with positive statements? No. Can we defrag? Yes. So I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. So we're just covering it up. Did you release the subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. So do you have a faulty core belief in regards to I'll never be successful? No. And we're disconnected. So how do you feel? All right. Kimmy. All right, Kimmy, let's get this party started. So moving my subconscious mind aside, welcoming Kimmy over here. We're locked on and connected. So do you have a faulty core belief in regards to being happy? Yes. Can you release this now? Yes. What kind of tree? And we do have a basic tree. All the layers. So negative program, we're in the conscious mind. So show me the negative program: survival, safety, I don't have the courage to take risks. I don't have the courage to take risks. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Survival. Control. I can't accept any other way. This has come up for a lot of people today. I can't accept any other way. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Power, solar plexus. Change. I'll never change. I'll never change. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? Yes. Power. Growth. Life is a struggle. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another negative program? No. Is there a limiting belief? Yes. So we're at the trunk, the subconscious mind. Show me the limiting beliefs. Survival. Codependency. Thank you, Dory. How are you, Dory? I am easily influenced and confused. Easily influenced and confused. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Love, heart chakra, feelings, my feelings get hurt easily. Feelings get hurt easily. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? Yes. Just keep swimming. Survival. Safety. I'm afraid of making mistakes. Of making mistakes. Do you need to know more? No. Thank you for the heart poof. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another limiting belief? No. Is there a faulty core belief? Yes, we have made it to the unconscious mind. Hey, Kimmy's unconscious. How are ya? These are the roots. This is the original statement that started it all. So sabotage. I'm a fraud. Doesn't mean you're stealing from people, but a fraud could be you're not being your authentic self. You're stealing from yourself or not going after your passions, happiness, and so forth. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another is there another faulty core belief? No. Is there a faulty core identity? Yes. So we have made it. We're still in the unconscious, but this was absorbed. So this is considered the soil. Absorb this the first 7 years of your life. Sabotage. I can't take this on. I can't take this on. Do you need to know more? No. Is there another faulty core identity? No. So we identified the tree. It all started with I can't take this on, which contributed to I'm a fraud. So now it kind of makes sense why I'm a fraud there, because you just can't take this on, so I'm a fraud. I can't stick up for myself. I can't move forward. I can't X, Y, and Z. So let's go ahead and find the fuel source so we can chop it down. So are there any trapped emotions associated with this belief tree? Yes. Shame. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of shame. Did you release a trapped emotion of shame? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Anger. Kimmy. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of anger. Did you release a trapped emotion of anger? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? Yes. Overwhelm. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of overwhelm. Did you release the trapped emotion of overwhelm? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion? No. Is there an imbalance? Yes. Energy. Allergy or intolerance. Idea allergy, stranger danger, similar to a fear or phobia. You're like, don't want it, don't need it. Being the survivor. Do you need to know more? No. I set the intention to release the idea allergy to being the survivor. Did you release the idea allergy to being the survivor? Yes. Is there another imbalance? No. All right, Kimmy, are you ready to chop this tree? I need all hands on deck. Let's chop this tree. This is the last tree of the night. So, okay, let's begin. I set the intention to release the negative programs. I don't have the courage to take risks. I can't accept any other way. I'll never change. Life is a struggle. Release the limiting beliefs. I am easily influenced and confused. My feelings get hurt easily. I'm afraid of making mistakes. Release the faulty core belief. I'm a fraud. Release the faulty core identity. I can't take this on. Woo! Did you release this belief system? Yes. All right. We have a subconscious gap. We got to fill it. So do we need positive statements? No. Can we defrag? Yes. I set the intention to release the subconscious gap and defrag. Did you release the subconscious gap and defrag? Yes. So do you have a faulty core belief system in regards to being happy? No. And we're disconnected. So how does everybody feel? The last tree chopping of the night. But don't go anywhere because let's do some balancing. Let's do some balancing. Oh, we're gonna feel weird. You're very welcome. I took 2-hour nap. Oh my gosh. You're not the only one who took a nap. All right. So with this, everybody just set the intention. If you want in on this reset, just be like, I'll take some of that. Gimme, 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 whatever you need to say. So let's go ahead and begin. So I set the intention to reset alignment between the spirit and physical body. Reset communication between the spirit and physical body. You're welcome. Reset communication between the spirit and the physical heart. Reset communication between the heart and the brain. Reset the left lobe of the brain. Reset the right lobe of the brain. Reset the corpus callosum of the brain. Reset the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and that crown chakra. Align the chakras vertically. Reset the governing meridian. Reset the conception meridian. Reset the magnetic field. And reset that aura. How does everybody feel? I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. So, make sure you all drink what you need a nap. I have a burst of energy now. So make sure you all drink some water. This will be posted on my YouTube with your timestamps of your session. So if you wanted to relive this magical moment, you can. And that will be on Monday. So I will post it on Monday around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to work with me one-on-one, where in the session we work as much as we can. I don't put any limits to how much we can release in a session. I clearly work fast, so we release a lot of stuff. So if you wanted to, I do emotion code, body code, belief code, and Reiki, and something called the works, where we do a little bit of everything. So that is, I know I get a burst of energy after energy healing. So if you wanted to sign up, just go to the link in my bio in the description, or just check out my website at leveluphealing.net. Foodie! And then, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, everybody hydrate. Hydration is key. So I'm going to go because my tummy's going to start growling, and that's going to be some tummy growls ASMR that I know you guys love and crave, but no. So thank you guys all for watching. Thanks you for the likes, the follows, the shares, all the gifts. Thank you for subscribing and the likes over on YouTube. Hope you guys have a phenomenal evening. or afternoon, wherever you are. I love each and every one of you. And I will see you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully I will be streaming for the eclipse, since it's gonna be dark here if it's not cloudy. So I may be here, I may not be here. So more will be revealed on Monday. So have a good one, guys. Bye.